Welcome to another episode of the Daily Practice. The window is open, the request lines are open, the hourglass is flipped, and the sand is falling. Let's get to work. Here he is, our troubadour, Nathan Moore.
Hey, welcome everybody. Good to see you. Well, I had a gal, she was the prettiest gal. She turned me on and turned me loose. Now she won't even be my pal, silly like a goose. Silly like a goose, y'all. Silly you are, silly you'll always be. 'Cause the cure for life will kill you, boys. Gather round, let's make some noise. Everything happens on Tuesday in this town. Walk around in the middle of town, there hangs a noose. Hangman wears a black evening gown, silly like a goose. Silly like a goose, y'all. Silly you are, silly you'll always be. Cure for life will kill you, boys. Gather round, let's make some noise. Everything happens on Tuesday in this town. Tried to catch a train, it was a westward train. Almost caught that thing by the caboose. Now I'm sleeping out in the rain, silly like a goose. Silly like a goose, y'all. Silly you are, silly you'll always be. Cure for life will kill you, boys. Gather round, let's make some noise. Everything happens on Tuesday in this town. Oh, the care for life will kill you, boys. Gather round, let's make some noise. Everything happens on Tuesday in this town. All right. I think it's wise to get the blood flowing from the beginning sometimes. Well, we had a long talk in the Discord server after practice last night, talking about different things, culling the list. I think the thing I'm most confused about is how I can just start removing songs from the possibilities list, return them back to the bottom of the ocean without... Uh-oh, I'm about to sneeze. Woo! Oh, man. I'm going to have to get a rag. Holy moly. But how can I return songs to the bottom of the ocean? I guess I just need like a shorthand. Hold on. You know, my grandfather's generation, they always had hankies. They had freaking, I still can't get my brain around this. They carried a handkerchief, in their pocket, in their pants or something. Smaller than this, thinner than this. And he would pull it out, blow his nose, and then fold it a certain way, put it back in his pocket. A little bit later, he'd pull it out, blow his nose. He must have had a system. He must have, I wish he was alive today so I could ask him more questions about this. What was his method of folding? What was his system? How disgusting is that really? He would hand me, his grandson, like here, he would pull out his handkerchief. Here, blow your nose on that. I'd blow my nose on it. Too much comes out. I mean, maybe his generation produced less mucus. I don't know. It's still mind-boggling to this day. And then I would hand it back to him, and he would fold it up and put it back in his pocket. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. It's pretty gross. But what's the shorthand for that song is no longer on the playlist for your requests? Oh, Admiral Balls, attention! Admiral Balls has entered the room. At ease. But I would like to take about 60% of the songs that are in my overall repertoire and eliminate them from the possibilities for the practice so I can focus on the more than 100 other songs that I feel like really want to grow in this phase 2 that we're entering here of our endeavor, the daily practice. I've written hundreds of songs. A lot of them want to be in a band, want to be played with other people, want to be arranged. And I want to focus on the ones that will thrive in this format. But I don't know how to do that. I don't know. So talk amongst yourselves. Figure out a game plan for me. I did create a spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet with all the songs that are in the songbook online. And at the top, I put a status column. And there's a couple other columns just for geeking out on like what key is the song in, which harmonica do I play on it, what's the basic tempo. But the status column, it's either going to be in my pocket, which means it really doesn't need as much practice as a lot of them do, or in the boat, which just means it's one we need to work on, or it's on the island of misfit songs, which means it wants to be in the boat, but it needs a revelation in terms of how it's played or arrangement before we practice that arrangement. So it hasn't been translated to this format yet. Or back to the bottom of the ocean where it's not anything we have to worry about or spend time messing with at this point. I don't know. I don't know how to do all this, but I'm going to keep thinking out loud about it until we figure it out. Homie, don't play that. I like this FFEJ. Is that somebody we know? That you guys are more advanced on the Discord than I am at this point. I've never changed my name, but I love that you can do that. I'm intrigued. Is that you, Jeff? Oh, it is. It's Jeff backwards. I see it. I see it. Peter, good to see you. Yeah, long time no see. Your spot is still saved for you. Always. I'm like a cartoon, drawn to where I go. These clouds I'm below look like a painting. Sometimes I wonder in slow-mo, like a child being flattened by a fat man fainting. May sound silly, but it's true. Actually, most things do. Lord, Lord, I prayed to you. Now here I am, like a cartoon, for better or worse, for butter and bread, I'm asking. It's written in the bubble floating above my head. Sometimes it's only ampersands and exclamations. May sound silly, but it's true. Actually, most things do. Lord, Lord, I prayed to you. Now here I am, like a cartoon. I'm like a cartoon, dodging falling safes. I heal right away, that's why they thank me. It's all just howling at the moon at the end of the day, surrounded by things that say Acme. May sound silly, but it's true. Actually, most things do. Lord, Lord, I prayed to you. Now here I am, like a cartoon. If they'd only crown the king of failure, give a dime for heartache at the fair. Give a dime for every time I feared the jailer. If juggling just meant throwing things in the air. Not getting younger, never found that fountain. My bigger dreams now fit in my hand. I've stopped looking for that big rock candy mountain she can't count on, can't walk to Never Land, can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven. If they only threw parades for self-destruction, sang praise for singing out of tune. If I only got paid for doing nothing, if it all didn't happen so soon, not getting younger, never found that fountain. My bigger dreams now fit in my hand. I've stopped looking for that big rock candy mountain she can't count on, can't walk to Never Land, can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven. Hey, wait, what if it wasn't either or, but love was fear? Finds you when you try to disappear, scares you into the light so near, just to hold you in its arms forever, dear. Not getting younger, never found that fountain. My bigger dreams now fit in my hand. I've stopped looking for that big rock candy mountain you can't count on, can't walk to Never Never Land, can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven. Holy moly. Clapping hands with the rhythm. I feel it. I love it. Holding me down. All right. Time to look at the set list here. I haven't talked too much with tech support about exactly how we could train Percy to either let people know that that request isn't in the boat or what. I'm pretty sure that we could do it with, here, let's look at the request list here. Whoa! I'm pretty sure that we could probably do it with tags. There's tags in the WordPress website that we could use. It would be nice for me to just not have to ever see them. If it's not in the boat, if it's not on the playlist, the request just never comes through. But I don't know how to explain it. You know, there's so many random people watching, new people all the time. I don't want to be talking about it all the time. That's why I'm talking about it so much now, so we can figure out some smooth way of doing the whole thing without it being like me having to explain, like, oh, sorry, whoever you are, sweet name, figured out the request list mechanism and then requested a song that is not in the playlist, and I don't want to explain it every night. Progas in the house. Maybe you got the answer, Progas. This is I'm going to play a very special request right now, though. Someone reached out to me they didn't know how else to get in touch with me, so they reached out by commenting on one of last week's practices and informed me that I have a fan by the name of Dean Westveer, and one of his favorite songs is Dear Puppeteer. The sad news, and I haven't got an update on it, was that they reached out, they made a special effort to reach me because he was very ill and in the hospital. And hopefully that is no longer the case. Hopefully you've kicked whatever that was his butt and are now just stomping through, trouncing across the earth in old fashion. But no matter what, Dean, I hear one of your favorite songs is Dear Puppeteer. And I love that. And this is just for you. Everybody else, go make yourself a grilled cheese or something. Can we have the room, please? Everybody? I was carved from a block of wood 1,000 years old by a boy that gave me my eyes and arms and legs. He's getting pretty good at getting me to do as I'm told. He can't hear me, I beg. My 6 strings, 1 head, 1 mouth, 2 hands, 2 feet. My 6 strings don't wanna, but I'm walking down this model street. Gonna write a letter. Dear puppeteer, I don't wanna play here. I don't wanna stay here. Dear puppeteer, look close, you can almost see me breathing. Look up, there's a young man with a cross. Try to get the light just right so you don't see them, but they're always there. Oh, I'm aware who's boss. My 6 strings, 1 head, 1 mouth, 2 hands, 2 feet. My 6 strings, without 'em I fall down in a heap. Gonna write a letter. Dear puppeteer, I don't wanna play here. I don't wanna stay here. Dear puppeteer. Concern, yes, I am complaining. I've been thinking, and it's been hurting my brain. I am always young, but he is aging. It's different now, but some things never change. Like my 6 strings, 1 head, 1 mouth, 2 hands, 2 feet. My 6 strings, I can't be still and still be me. Gotta write that letter. Dear puppeteer, I don't wanna play here. I don't wanna stay here. Dear puppeteer, I don't wanna play here. I don't wanna stay here. Dear puppeteer. Ah, much love to you, Dean. You get better now. You know what? I'm going to do something here I did not plan on doing, but also just for you. We got the room to ourselves. Everybody gave us the room. So while we're waiting on them to finish up their grilled cheese, I'm going to play for you a version of Dear Puppeteer that no one's ever heard, or very, very few people have ever heard. This is from a record produced by my buddy Brian Elijah Smith, a brilliant songwriter and brilliant producer. And we were working on this. We almost finished it right before the lockdown, this whole record called Down to the Wire. And then the lockdown happened, years passed. Now these are just sort of sitting on the shelf. I'll probably put it up in all access at some point. It'll probably be released someday, I don't know. But this is a pretty wild version of Dear Puppeteer. He also, this is the same guy that produced the album Dear Puppeteer, but on the album Dear Puppeteer, I ended up just putting a solo acoustic version of the song on that I recorded in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So he didn't have anything to do with it. So we had some fun with Dear Puppeteer on this session for Down to the Wire, and I'm going to play it for you right now while I catch up on the chat. I want to scroll back through the chat and see what people are saying about this conversation we're having surrounding eliminating songs from the playlist and how best to go about doing that. So why don't we, let's see here. Sound effects. Let's get a little bit, put my guitar down for a second. Let's reach in here and grab a little bit of light. Oh no, how'd that happen? Let's get some good lighting on the room. Check it out. Just for you. Carved from a block of wood 1,000 years old by a boy who gave me my eyes and arms and legs. It's getting pretty good at getting me to do as I'm told. You can't hear me, I beg. My 6 strings, 1 head, mouth, 2 hands, 2 feet. My 6 strings don't wanna, but I'm walking down this model street. Gonna write a letter. Dear Puppeteer, I don't wanna play here. I don't wanna stay here. Dear Puppeteer. Look close, you can almost see me breathing. Look up, there's a young man with a cross. Try to get the light just right so you don't see them. They're always there. Well, I'm aware who's boss. My 6 strings, 1 head, mouth, 2 hands, 2 feet. My 6 strings without them, I fall down in a heap. Gonna write a letter. Dear Puppeteer, I don't wanna play here. I don't wanna stay here. Dear Puppeteer. Yes, I am complaining. I've been thinking, and it's been hurting my brain. I am always young, but he is aging. It's different now. Some things never change. My 6 strings, 1 head, 1 mouth, 2 hands, 2 feet. My 6 strings, I can't be still and still be me. Gonna write a letter. Dear Puppeteer, I don't wanna play here. I don't wanna stay Woohoo! How about that? That's a trip, isn't it? How cool is that? All right, let's mosey over to the piano for the next request. So I did fix the candle and scroll through some of your ideas for how to handle the songs leaving the playlist arena back to the bottom of the ocean. And I love Admiral Balls. Your wording on that was pretty good. It gave me an idea. I feel like what we should do is anybody that requests a song that's not on the playlist, we send Admiral Balls to their house. We know where they live. We send Admiral Balls down for a little correction, if you know what I mean. We're getting somewhere. Keep thinking out loud. I love it. Go team. Collectively, we're pretty smart. We'll figure it out. This one's for Foffy. I would do anything with you. I would do anything with you. I would do anything with you. I go under a ladder, drive at breakneck speed. Oh, the law don't matter, don't care what they don't allow. I'd rob a freight train, take anything you need. In fact, there's one passing slow enough by me now. I would do anything with you. I would do anything with you. I would do anything with you. I'd live forever. I'd die tonight. I'd take you home. I'd take you to the moon. We're out on this limb together to the very end. I'll have some of whatever's in your spoon. I would do anything with you. I would do anything with you. I would do anything with you. Now with most people I won't do anything at all, and there's a few with who I do a thing or two. But I would do anything with you. 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 Nice request. That one wants to practice. That one's in the boat. All these songs tonight so far are in the boat. In fact, I'm not going to play anymore unless they're either on the island of misfit songs or in the boat. Willing to play ones that are in my pocket as well. Speaking of which, let's look at this list. Tags are going to help. Now, the lot is a good question. Some of these we are going to have to debate about. And you guys do have immense power in all these regards. It's sort of like the opposite of veto power. You can veto a song being thrown back in, but not unlimited. Not unlimited. But you're going to have to be explicit about the veto. We'll figure out the protocol for all these moves at some point. But don't be afraid to fight for a song that gets thrown back to the bottom of the ocean. If you don't think it belongs there, don't let it just go gentle into that good night. You gotta stick up for that thing. The lot. This is definitely one that's on the island of misfit songs. It's going to need some kind of revelation to be in regular rotation. It might be a fun one on piano. Banjo Baby says, I'm not afraid. I'll go toe to toe. That's what I like to hear. That's the spirit. Wake up, champ! Wake up! Wake up, champ! Wake up! You know what? Believe it or not, this song might be a decent contender for the boomerang. Hold on here. Just give me a second. Caught my share of lightning, collected fallen stars, even made the shelf where I put the jars, with my mighty wooden ships and pencils and buttons from afar, stone from every river bank, ashtray from every bar, and hanging from a wall of hooks at least 100 hats, And that's my great-great-granddad in that old tin photograph. My butterflies are everywhere, there's leaves pressed in the books, newspaper clips, casino chips from every chance I took, and all the sounds of instruments plucked, bowed, blown, or struck. If you're looking for the right tool, boy, you are in luck. Everything from sledgehammers to needles, spools of thread, and every drawer's a treasure trove of trinkets that I had. There's still dancing figurines from many distant lands, puppets and pocket magic tricks, many made by sleight of hand. It took my whole lifetime to collect all that I got. When I die and go to auction, some kid might buy the lot, and there's no way that he could know, no way he could understand just what he's holding, man. It took my whole lifetime to collect all that I got. And when I die and go to auction, some kid might buy the lot. And there's no way that he could know, no way he could understand just what he's holding, man. Nice request. Might be something there. All right. Looking at the list. Oh, back in 15 minutes. Bigfoot wants to hear it. Gotta make it. Man, it's been a minute on that one. Talk about needing practice. Let's get right to that. Maybe someday. Oh yeah, back to the piano. Thank You Life, Blessed Porcupine, Down to the Wire. All right, man. I wish we had more time. I want to do all those. Snot-rags. Hanky. Oh man, I was even mortified as a child. Granddad would pull out his hanky and hey, blow your nose. He just didn't like the sound of me sniffling while we were working in the garden or whatever. Hey, sniffles. Here, blow your nose on that. And then I would want to throw it away. He'd reach back out for it, fold it up, stick it back in his pocket. Why are you keeping that? But you know, that's what they had. It is funny though, as a magician, there's so many accoutrements of the old school days that became entire chapters in magic books. There's an entire chapter on handkerchief magic. And nowadays you go up on stage and could I borrow a gentleman's handkerchief, please? No, you can't. You can't even say, does anybody have a quarter? Much less cigarettes or thimbles or yes, I need a pocket watch, please. A hanky, a pocket watch, a quarter, and a cigarette for my next illusion. What? Nobody? None of that? Okay. Yeah. This is the worst magic show ever. Yeah, maybe it'll all come back around. The magician in me is secretly hoping. Since the beginning we've been spinning our wheels, trying to love, digging in our heels, wondering how could the angel tugging on our sleeve not be real? We deal the cards, we read the signs, we step in line with fate, finding heaven's gate, we hope we're not too late. We've dispelled the magician, but in magic we still have faith. Gotta make it make sense, gotta make it make love, gotta make it make believe, gotta make it make enough for you and me. Beauty sits upon a stone and tries to prove me wrong, sings all alone a faraway song that goes, I wasn't born inside you, I don't die when you do, carry on. Well, I try to sing along, but my voice, it doesn't fit, it tramples, beauty is begging me to quit, and I'm tired and willing, limping through a field of violet. Gotta make it make sense, gotta make it make love, gotta make it make believe, gotta make it make enough for you and me. Last thing that wisdom said, lying on his deathbed, is don't let the things you know go to your head. And then he took a breath, let out a laugh, and said, oh no, and then was dead. Well, I put pennies on his eyes and climbed upon a fence, satisfied, thinking, well, that's my 2 cents. Then surrounded, I surrendered, just to let my songs be rendered by the silence. Gotta make it make sense. Gotta make it make love. Gotta make it make believe. Gotta make it make enough for you and me. Gotta make it make sense. Gotta make it make love. Gotta make it make believe. Gotta make it make enough for you and me. Gotta make it make sense. Gotta make it make love. Gotta make it make believe. Gotta make it make enough for you and me. That one's in the boat. Oh my goodness. No. Well, out of time. It's sad. It's just getting warmed up. I was just starting to understand. We do need to find a leaving song. Thank you all so much for your ears, for playing along, for egging me on, and for understanding as we enter phase 2, the mission at hand, and for only requesting from here on out songs you think either are obviously already in the boat or should be in the boat. For a little while, let's focus on that. Only songs that you would recommend if I was appearing on the Tonight Show tonight, you should play that. And I feel like I have a lot of those, enough to keep us busy through the winter, just to get good enough. So that's the criteria. I have a gig on the Tonight Show tonight. I can play one song. Not, I feel like I have at least 100 of those. At least. So play that song, and then we'll figure out how I'm going to play it on the Tonight Show. Millions of people will be watching. That means, new rules, right? All right, well, how are we getting out of here tonight, the leaving song? So many of these would be fun, huh? Down to the Wire, I feel like, has been part of the theme. And since we played Down to the Wire, I like Bigfoot's Back in 15 Minutes with the Loop DeVille would be a fun way to get out of here. Oh my gosh. These are all good ideas. It's just so heartbreaking there's so many of my songs that I know are some of the best stuff I've ever written that I still don't really know how to play yet. And that's what I really want to spend my time doing in this format. I sit down to play, I didn't know it was dark at piano, and I'm like, God, how does it even go? I'd rather spend a whole night playing that song over and over again on piano than playing a bunch of songs that I don't really care that much about. Oh my goodness, is that Adele? Hello? That's right. Only songs Adele wants to cover. You should put her in the window. That'll freak me out. We still don't know what we're gonna do at the solo section of this tune. It's very confusing. We got a lot of work to do. She's calling. All right. Things are happening, folks. Things are happening. He died at 29 at the end of a bottle. So and so few years he rolled. Oh, see, I don't remember exactly. Case in point. We got to focus on these. End of a bottle. So and so few years He died at 29 at the end of a bottle. So in so few years he wrote all those songs. Many might say that's not how you ought to live your life, but damn those songs. And watching the fire still burn, when will I ever learn? That don't mean I have to get higher. I don't have to set me on fire. This doesn't have to go down to the wire. Doesn't have to go down. She died at 33, OD'd in a hotel, that famous hotel where genius would hang. She was always free, now she always will be. Was anyone freer than when she sang? And watching the fire still burn, when will I ever learn? That don't mean I have to get higher. I don't have to set me on fire. This doesn't have to go down to the wire. Doesn't have to go down. Died at 75, always a fighter, screaming at demons like a back alley cat. He teased the reaper, I dare you to try it. I'll shave with your scythe, wipe my face with your hat. And watching the fire still burn, when will I ever learn? That don't mean I have to get higher. I don't have to set me on fire. This doesn't have to go down to the wire. Doesn't have to go down. Still have so many questions about that one. Well, that's why I'll be back tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel, midnight sharp. You can set your geyser to me. I'll be here for you, I guarantee. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So much fun, so much work to do. Sleeves are just permanently rolled up. I don't care how cold it gets out there. We're getting hot. Smell that? Grammy? Is that? I think I smell a Grammy. Hey, is that Carnegie Hall? It's right there. It's just right there. Be silly. Be honest. Always trust your cape.